Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Successive penalties have him looking now at a 1st and 20. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Green. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9. Watson. It's caught. It's Miller. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Lamar Jackson scoring on the 2-yard keeper as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's Watson. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Watson looks to throw again. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to let this. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Jackson. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson, eluding the pressure right. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Dickerson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
4th down, here's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
He's got a 1st down past the 30. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Watson. Open man, the tight end fouls. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. To throw is Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Forced out to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Randy Moss, 34 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll pull it down, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
And 12 at the 47-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And now he's going to use his legs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now it's Jackson. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now it's Jackson looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Randy Moss, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson now to throw again. And he's going to keep it here. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. Third down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. Going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Willie Lanier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Now Watson. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. On third down, Jackson. Dancing to his left. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard fourth down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it.
Well, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Watson now to throw. Flush to it. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Texans scoop it. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Willie Lanier. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. And they'll indeed take a knee. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Jackson looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being deceived.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Buccaneers have it.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for...
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
We're set. 19. 51 to mine. And we got to get to the ball.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. He finds Hopkins complete. There he goes, right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Here's Watson. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 63 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with it. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there. Let him go get it.
Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
And a first carry here for Charles Sims. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. On is the punter, Brian Ager, to kick this one away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me.
Now it's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
It's complete to Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans push further out in front. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A handoff to start the drive to Sims. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Here's Patty. And that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense, because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line.
At the Patriots' 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Alert flare. Alert flare.
Back to throw, Watson.
Flushed out right. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, 37 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the... And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. There he goes left side. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Partner, they're up big. They snapped the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT. Yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add 2 more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On second down, it's Sims, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
You ready? Mike 20.
Here we go. Man left, man left.
Easy. 4 down. Easy, go.
Petty now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he will have a touchdown. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Texans 29. Patriots nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready?
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now a give, right side. It's Sims, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for New England. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
29. Patriots, nothing.
For the set. 19. Hey, come on, oh, come on, oh.
On first down, Watson escaping the pressure right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Second and 5 at the 36-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Watson buying time to his left. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On first down, it's Watson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Darren Fells, 26 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the posts. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They're going to look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. This is taken deep in their territory. Touchdown, Texans.
They can't stop me, son.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Texans 42, Patriots nothing.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Pats at the line ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense up the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And it's the best possible spot to begin a drive. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Here's Brian Anger now. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now back to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Texans take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.